Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope you guys had a good long weekend. Oh, so overnight inventory, I'm looking at, this is Thursday high, low, and close. This is Thursday night, that's Friday, and that's our current Globex, which was last night, Sunday night. So all of that inventory is long over the close. And it's been really tight, really, really tight. So I actually took a couple of trades really late in the Globex session, and they were both shorting off the 58s. One I was short 62 down to 58, and then I just shorted 58 down to 55. So that's it pretty much for me. Now, the reason why I was short is because the inventory's long. And I mean, check this out, guys. Like, look at this. We sold a lot of inventory up here, right? You see that this and this are the same thing. Hey guys, morning. So this is distribution. This is the sale after distribution. So I shorted that twice now. If you're still short, we're looking for bids at 52, 50, and then here at the 46 level. I wouldn't be surprised if most of this up move comes back. So we've parked a lot of inventory. And what I mean by parked is we've sold all that inventory from down here. We got rid of it up here. The point of control moved up, good distribution. And now inventory is correcting lower. So I wouldn't be going long right now. Okay. I would be looking for that move down. I hopped on and off the train, but there might be some more meat on the bone, especially if you're short underneath VWAP. You can probably stay short. And where you're, and just make sure you mark your sellers, you know? If you're just getting back to trading after 3-4 days off, make sure you just do exactly the same thing that you were doing last week. Mark off where your sellers are going to be, you know? So on the way down, you know, there's going to be, if we ever get back up to these levels, there'll be sellers up here, just in case, right? So here we go, Laura. You guys following? I know it's Monday morning. Here's that half-hour candle chart. If you prefer that to TPO, you could use that. If we take this, there's stops at the bottom of all these candles, you see? So they're taking one now, then there's going to be one down here. And with each consecutive stop, you're going to take the people who are trapped long, they're getting stopped out, and that's what's creating that downward push because they're competing with the wholesalers. Okay. Let's see what this week's going to be like.
To So it's not necessarily.
Alrighty. What's up, folks? You guys awake? There were single prints here. This is from Thursday night. There's that weird little Friday session here. But I left them here because I'm curious if we get back down here in an RTH situation, are there going to be bids here? I mean, there were bids and all that cheap supply was taken up in the overnight. But let's see, we might just rip right through them. So I'm really looking for, if you're short and we continue moving lower, I'd be looking for 75.46. And good morning for the folks joining us on YouTube. Oh, boy. I still got a little bit of weekend brain going. I could use another day off. What's going on in the room here? You guys awake? Anybody taking any trades? Where are my talkers? They're even gone. It might be a slow session. Everyone's pretty checked out. Hey, Attila, how you doing? I get it. It's summer. You can still make a couple of $100 here and a couple of $100 there. It was you just had to wait for the trades. No, my TPO is set for half an hour. That's all. These are just half-hour candles. That's it. Nothing custom about it at all. Each letter period is a half-hour bar. No, I would not correct. I would not consider inventory corrected until we touch the 5 p.m. close from Thursday. Yeah, you said that they were testing the Dallas Stock Exchange. That should be interesting. I don't have any data off of it. Hey, LC. How's life in Rye? You had a good fourth? Yeah, I have an RTA. I have a regular trading hours. So this is 6 p.m. Eastern time, what you're seeing here. This is 6 p.m. Eastern time, and it'll go till 9:30 a.m. So that's the Globex session. And you'll see in 2 minutes when we open, there'll be a new session opened here. Yeah, you're supposed to split the sessions. Otherwise, how do you know where the hell your inventory is? You get what I'm saying to you? If you're not splitting the sessions, how do you know where your inventory is? Do you know whether it's long or it's short? How are you supposed to keep track? Yeah, you know, you thought I was going on vacation? No vacations planned right now. I might go to Spain for a couple of days with some of the buddies in the building here. Some of my friends in the building, they own a house in Spain. But other than that, I'm here. We found a bid. So my friends mark off 75.52. That's where the pre-market bid is. You know, there's going to be sellers at 58. Govern yourselves accordingly, as the penguin would say. We're going to open up about 20 seconds here. We're back in this area of volume that was distributed overnight. Do not be surprised if it's choppy. Don't be surprised if it's choppy up here. Okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. Oh, look at this bid. Wow, somebody got short. Look at this. Well, la-di-da. Jeez. Wasn't expecting that. Now, when inventory's long, it's not correcting down, is it? What does that tell you guys? Look alive. Look alive. Let's see if we can take out that overnight high. If we get above 75, 74, you want to really be careful shorting this thing. I think a lot of people got caught short. Like a lot of people were short the 58s, just like me, but they didn't cover. So, nah. These are some big short covering candles right off the open. Definitely. Definitely, definitely. Look above and fail of 72. Covering 67, 66. If you're short 70, you should be covering the 66s. Once we get down to the 64s, there should be a bid somewhere down there. Let's see. There you go. Long 64, out 67. Told you there'd be a bid at 64. There it is. You saw it, right? Anyone take that trade with me? No? I told you on the retrace there'd be a bid at 64. That's where the bid was. Test it again. Let's see. Now, new candle. Watch 66, 67. If it can't get underneath 66, 67, it's going to spin. It'll do the same thing if it catches a bid. There you go. Same thing, right? Once you understand where the bids are, that's you can trade quick. You know, I'm long 68, I'm selling 70. Right? 69 and 3/4, 70, couple of points. It doesn't have to be a lot, right? Sell a few here, sell a few there, make a little bit of scratch. You know, get your trading chops back. It's after a long weekend. Yeah, it's pretty mechanical this morning. Hey Keith, how you doing? Hey Avalon, how are you? I haven't looked at gold at all. I don't trade it. I haven't looked at gold since we did a gold mining deal back 20 years ago. Careful if we take out the overnight high. Oh, still a seller. Aha. There's still a seller. Good to know. Good to know. There you are. Showed yourself. If that 64 bid right here does not hold, look for a touch of VWAP. Okay? You guys okay in the room? Hello? McFly? You guys awake? Gotta check. It's pretty quiet. Hey Milo, what's up? You know, every once in a while I gotta check and see if there's a pulse, you know? Otherwise it just feels like I'm talking to myself. I told you if we lose the bid at 64, you're looking for a touch of hello VWAP. There you go. All right. Ran out of buying, had to put it on sale. Still a bit of distribution. Yeah, hey Dougie, what's up? You know, these little levels off that half-hour candle chart I gave you guys earlier, not bad. Not bad so far. The opening half-hour bar has a 56 to around a 70, 71 or 72 range. Hmm. If we can't get back over VWAP, look for lower, my friends. Look for lower, okay? You know, if you're shorting 57, 58, 57, your stop will be VWAP, right? I'm short 56 and I'm covering at 53. I only got to short one though because I was slow. This is just the rotation of inventory. That's all it is, right? Once you see that the sellers are lowering price, there's no sense going long, right? There's absolutely no sense going long when the offer is dropping. The offer is the lowest price that they're willing to sell at, and if that's moving down, you don't go down into an offer. You don't go long into an offer that's moving down, right? So there's a just like shorting an offer that's moving up doesn't make sense. Sure. Actually, I explained this, Milo, on the morning video. Yeah, no problem. So 26 to 32, double it to 45, double it again to 71. Yeah, I figured people would have missed that because it's a long weekend. We're a little tired. Yeah, I don't know if I'd do another gold deal. I'd love to do a treasure hunter deal. Anybody know of a good shipwreck in the Caribbean? There are shorts trapped underneath 55. Exactly. Because who the hell would be buying this, right, Mike? Right? Who would be buying it and who would be moving their bid up, right? Short sellers are always the first to come in and buy when price drops because they're closing a trade. It's a really cool thing. Once you understand how markets work, it makes your life a lot easier. Now, execution, I'm not going to lie, execution is difficult and you're always going to be working on it, right? And it's like people who play golf, sometimes they'll execute beautifully. The next day it'll be horrible. But you can always work on it. Find us a shipwreck, LC. I want to do a treasure hunter deal. Find an old Spanish galleon. We'll jam it into a shell and we'll start selling paper. Okay, can we get over that 64 seller? Let's see. People love a treasure hunter deal. Can bring tons of retail. Nope. Seller at 64. Let's see if we go back down to 56. We might have a little balance just starting here, right? Just let's see if that holds. So does that make sense, Mike? Now, as the market sells off again, you're going to be looking for that 56 bid. Can you trade it if you're fast enough, Milo? Definitely. If you're fast enough to trade it, by all means, go ahead and trade it. So there's your balance zone right there, right? Do the look above and fail and the look below and fail. By all means, that's why I want you guys to practice doing this trade thousands of times so you can get quick and take these trades. So here you could buy 56, sell 58, right? You're in and out. You know they're going to flip to the offer in the middle of the, right? I mean, come on. Right? There's the box, there's the middle of the box. So they're a buyer underneath the middle, but anytime they get close to the middle, they're on the offer. Right? Anything you buy at 54, 55, 56, you're a seller at 57, 58, 59. Capiche? You got to be in and out, right? That's how you trade these boxes. You're not buying this box hoping for 30 points higher, right? If you are, you got rocks in your head, right? Yeah, the middle is how you make markets, right? The middle is where you flip from the bid to the offer, or when you flip from the offer to the bid. And that's how you make a market. That's how wholesale works. That's called working the box. You work both sides of that box. So large traders, they'll buy. Now they're on the sell, right? 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. You want them, you got them. I got two. You want two? Take them. Boom, there. See? You accumulate inventory, right? You accumulate inventory underneath, right? Say this is your box, right? You accumulate your inventory here, you flip it out here. Well, as a smart retail trader, you do the look below and fail of this level, my friend. Look. See? Now think about a look above and fail of 63. Now if we tag 63, the next level that you're going to be looking at is 70 up here. It's really simple. Execution is going to take you some practice, okay? I'm not going to lie, right? And this way it tells you not to short it because it didn't come back underneath 63, right? Very simple. So if you're a breakout trader and you're buying 64, you put your stop just underneath this level, you know there's going to be a seller at 70. So if you're long 64, you're out by 68. Thank you. Goodbye. Right? You know, and 4 points on, say you do 4 on 4, right? 4 points, one contract is $200. Four, that's $800. It's an $800 trade, right? You would be a seller at the middle of the box. Yes, exactly. Don't worry, Milo. You're not used to thinking like this. This is how smart money makes money. This is how wholesale traders make money. This is how wholesale traders make tens of millions of dollars a month trading size. And look, I told you there'd be a seller at 70. Gee whiz, there they are. How did I know that? All I've got is a candle chart. Not even, I just drew these boxes on here myself. You know? It's so simple. But it gets, nobody talks about it. Top of the candle. There you go. Now you're back down underneath 63. If this candle stays under 63, you can short it down to maybe 58, right? I would wait though. Because if it catches a 64 bid, it'll pop back up again. and will distribute. See? Watch. Right? If you watch these markets, right? If you watch these markets, you will realize that these things just repeat themselves over and over and over again. So while you guys are looking for patterns, right, what you should be looking at are accumulation and distribution patterns, not some fairy tale pattern that has a weird name, right? Because you guys look at those patterns, like I did that video on the cup and handle or the teapot and the whatever the hell that was, right? But how many of you guys watched it? How many of you guys figured out the mechanics behind the pattern? I would say probably less than 5% of people in the room have watched it. Right? See how we held 64? Yeah, the head and shoulder video. The bid is following the offer, Milo. The bid is following the offer. The buyers will always follow the sellers, right? You're trained to, right? You're trained to follow the seller. You've been trained from a young age, right? Buy Fruit Loops, right? Lucky Charms, right? Saturday morning cartoons. They train you guys for even myself, from the time we're 3, 4 years old, they train us, you gotta buy it, right? And all the money is made in from the people who sell it to you. See how simple it is? This was our little accumulation zone. We're distributing here. You understand the mechanics of what's going on, you're less likely to make dumb trading decisions. Will you get stopped out? Sure. That's business, right? Now you know there's a seller here at 58. That's where they're selling 58. Look at all that size. There it is. Yeah, all you need, Milo, do the math. You know, one tick is 12 and a half, right? 12 and a half bucks, right? One tick. Run 1,000 contracts through one tick. That's 12 and a half grand. Think about it. You guys don't think like this because you've never traded size, right? And you've never worked in a wholesale capacity. When you work in a wholesale capacity, you think like a wholesaler. That's why, watch, if we hold the 72s, we're going to take a run at that overnight high. Let's see if we can get there. So what we do in Trading Syndicate is we try and teach you to think like smart money. Right? Because if you can think like smart money, that's the ticket. Have a good one. Work, Milo. I'm not talking you, not you. Not you. or me for that matter, right? That's institutional trading. What I'm talking about is wholesale market making. You understand what I'm saying, TBD? You can't run 1,000 contracts through a tick. You're not a wholesaler. You are a retail trader, not a wholesale market maker. It's a completely different business. I'm just trying to tell you what the business is so you guys can trade it. Right? I want you guys to be able to trade the business, right? Yeah, no. Wholesale doesn't pay commission. Right? When you trade using a prime broker, you set commissions, and wholesale market makers self-clear. So they don't pay commission per trade. Not a bad one, eh, ATL? Good stuff. I mean, there's clearing fees and stuff like that, but they don't pay commission per trade, right? That's the retail thing. Anywho, that was funny. Train your credit card with funding firms. All right, we're gonna take another run at that 71 3/4. I don't know. It might start to slow down now, you know? See, the nice thing about this 1 minute chart is where the TPO chart just shows chop. Here you can see some very clear opportunities, right? So all you got to do, ATL, 2 trades. Listen, basically every trade that you guys take, even though if you don't know, are just different versions of the look above and fail, look below and fail. It's the same trade over and over again because your trades are based on 2 business principles. There's nothing else. There's either no supply and you're buying to be the supplier, or there's too much supply and you're selling with the suppliers as they reduce price. That's all there is, right? So once you understand that concept, that your trades are either 2 business concepts, then you simplify it so you're not overthinking it and all you do is focus on execution. Now, there are times when the candles will say, you know what, don't trade right now. Like, I mean, if the candles start getting really, really tiny, really, really small in range, it's like choppy and slow. That's telling us, hey, maybe we'll grab a coffee, you know? See, it's kind of getting a little slower now, 65 to 68. Now we got to wait for the next set of customers to come into the store. That's all, right? It slows down, grab a coffee. There's news. That's good. Thanks, Foy Stars. Let's see. Apple 309. Microsoft's getting beat up a little bit. 385. Nvidia 196. Amazon 242. Tesla 401. Google 357. Meta 584. SpaceX 165 and change. All right, here we go. Ran out of buyers. We're going to put it on sale. Looking for VWAP at 61 and just a little bit over 61. Couldn't quite get there. Let's see if this data can shake any of this loose. Get us some cheap inventory. Oh boy. What else is going on? How's the coin of bitterness this morning? Let's go check on that. Down $1,600. Ooh, wow. Oh, there's that 63,642 seller in Bitcoin again. Well, it's just gonna have to clean itself up, isn't it? There's a ton of inventory in Bitcoin, like at 68,000. Maybe a flush down to like 42,000 would that'd flush us out. There we go. We're stuck right in the middle of the opening range here, folks. That little white dot there's the middle. Let's see if we get catch sellers up here in that 67 area. I think everybody in my building is still asleep because they were watching soccer. No trades for me now, guys. It's just a little too choppy. Not yet. It's like right in the middle of the opening range, right? It's just ugh. Right? See if we can get a nice edge, you know? So new half hour bar. Let's see if the sellers are still in the same place. We've got some bids just at VWAP again, right? That's not really a surprise. Get rid of this. Huh. Would you look at that? Okay, some order flow. Oh yeah, Milo went to work. Yeah, so we're back in the box again, you know? We're back in this 70 to so if you were just coming in this morning, you could go and draw yourself a new balance zone. You see? 62 to 70, right? And the middle of this zone is going to be where they flip from the bid to the offer. So right there, that red line, right? So they're selling, selling, selling. Once you get under 66, 65, 4, 3, 2, 1, they bid, right? And then 7, 8, 9, 10, they're a seller. And if it's right in the middle, just leave it alone. There's nothing to do. Do you guys get what I'm trying to show you there? So you could have come in this morning, not had nothing done, and you could have let the market trade for a half hour. Go, okay, there's my balance zone, right? There you go. Good, good, good. You don't really want to be entering in the middle of the zone, right? I like to stay away from the middle. There you go. Let's look for bids at 62. And we just trade this thing back and forth. Wait till it goes under 62. Tags VWAP. Wait for the next candle. And when it pops itself back up, right? See if they show you a 63 bid, you know? I always like to wait for the next candle. Now, sometimes you'll miss the trade. I understand that, right? Now, let's see if we don't catch a bid, then that trade doesn't work, right? See, no bid yet, right? Right? No bid yet. It's okay, man. It's after a long weekend. You will your timing is going to be off. Give it a day or two. Especially if you haven't traded for a couple of days, you know, your timing will be a little off. You'll miss trades. Don't worry about it. We got the whole summer. There we go. Life, right? Long 62, out 64. Just much better to get rid of these contracts, you know? Yeah. If you start getting tired, take a little time, go relax, get another coffee, right? It's not a big deal. It's better that you miss the fills than get stopped out like 5 or 6 times, right? So always look at the bright side. 65 and a quarter seller, 65 seller actually. Got to clean up that 64 to 66 inventory. Are we going to get any help from the order flow? There we go. Come on. Not yet. You can clearly see there's a seller at 65 and a half. Right? Coffee is much cheaper than getting stopped out. Even if you go to one of those fancy artisanal coffee places, there we go. Now we're taking everything we bought from 62 to 65 and we're blasting it out here 66, 67, 68. See? You're just working both sides of that box, my friends, right? You don't have to take the whole trade. You can even cut it up in the middle. Buy the bottom, sell the middle. Short the top, buy back the middle, right? Get it? Simple stuff. What else is going on? How do you know no bid? You watch the offer, Keith. Check it out. Let me just get rid of this stuff for a second again. Okay. There's the red line and the green line. The red line is the offer. So, for instance, right here, we moved under VWAP and then came back up, right? I was looking for bids in here. As soon as the offer came underneath VWAP, I know there's no bid, don't buy it. Just leave it alone. Wait until it comes back up over, let's use 62 as a level, right? So when the market comes down here and it breaks 62, then it breaks 61, breaks, just leave it alone. Wait till it comes back up and you buy it here, you put your stop here, and you sell into this strength. See what I mean? The problem is people always try and buy a level or a price and they think it's going to hold. That's not the thing. What I figured out was wait till the market flushes the level and comes back up. And you want to buy here. You want to pay maybe 63, right? Because you might not get 62. And you put your stop just here under 62. Now, why is that happen, right? Because the sell orders that take the market under 62, they're completed. That business is finished, right? Once that business, those orders are done, there's nothing left to sell at that price. Price will rotate higher. So the market looks below the level, fails, you buy the fail, stop, boom, you know there's going to be sellers here, and you sell into it here. Very simple. So you buy 63, 64, sell 66, 67, 68, and you're done. It's not glamorous, but that's how all the big money's making money right now. Why don't you? If that's how they're making money, why wouldn't you do it? Right? If the smart money, that's how they're making money. Do likewise, my friends. Do likewise. Now they're selling everything they bought under 66 here. And if they have to, they'll sell it all the way back down to 62 again. But they're not hoping for 30 points higher. Get it? This is the business of the morning. So either you trade this business or you don't do business. Otherwise, you're going to have like delusions going through your head that you're going to make 100 points when there's an 8-point range. You know what I mean? The reality of the market this morning is that there's an 8-point range. Trade the 8-point range. Don't hope for a 30-point range. Because the market's telling you, hey, buddy, there's no 30 points here. Maybe if you take the 8 points 3 or 4 times back and forth. Guys, get what I'm saying? So you don't have any delusions of grandeur, right? You understand the business that's going on. and you are adapting how you do business to the business that's actually taking place. $70.25 seller. What a surprise. Exactly, Moran. Thanks, Keith. Yeah, it's really important that traders trade the market that's in front of them. That'll make your life a lot easier because a lot of people are looking for breakouts, and a breakout might happen. We might take out the 74s, right? But for the first 45 minutes, it was sideways action. Let's make a little money going sideways, right? Now let them do whatever the hell they want to do with it, right? You know, you want to take it up to 88 and a half, great. The Thursday high was a poor high at 93 and 3/4. So if we pop the top of the overnight high, anyone who's short underneath 70, basically 73, 74, they will all start to try and cover, and that'll push price higher. And that may bring in some more buying. Let's see. Can we get over 75? Not yet. It's shaky. It's shaky. Nope, not ready yet. That's okay. That's okay. See if our little box still works. Might need another round under 70. Let's see. You guys still awake? Just checking. Hmm. This is the worst kind of price action. It's so choppy and it looks so weak. How many people do you think are getting sucked into the shorting here? Right? It's okay to short. Your stop's going to be 75, right? And you need it to come under 70 and a quarter. There you go. There you go. Right? Still there's that seller there. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that, right? A poor high. So now if you're still short and you didn't clip the cover, you want the next candle to open and offer under 70 quarter and them to start doing this kind of a thing, right? And then you can cover. There we go. Come on. Because what I was thinking is if you got enough people caught short here and you lift the offer, that would rip the overnight high, but there was too much selling competition, which I wasn't paying attention. See, it's sticky here, right? And you guys were right to be shorting because there was a seller. There's been a seller there. Now the seller has lowered their offer. The next 1 minute candle opens and you want the seller to be under 70 and then under 69 and then under 67. And then you can go and at least bid 66. But if it starts to pop that top, that's your danger zone, right? Your danger zone is 74, right? If it starts sticking out 74 aggressively and printing 75, then you know, right? You know your trade's not going to work. Right now we got bids at 69, 69 quarter. I hate trading in between two edges because it's so choppy. This is that creepy price action. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Can we stay under 70 and a quarter? It's going to be that 69 bid. That needs to pull. Need to fill the 69 bids. Nah, not yet. It's like they got the algo set to annoy. There's the move. Now let's see. Let's see if we can get any lift over the overnight high. Still the seller came in, eh? Still it came in. Now look for the bid. There it is. So if you were short, right? We're short, and you see those candles with the lows are moving higher. Kind of gives you a little bit of a way out, right? And you can manage your position. Here comes that 73.5 again. Seller's still there. Oh, saw some bids. There we go. And there you have it. But if you were short here, you had plenty of time to manage your trade. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes. So if you were short here and you didn't use these to cover, right, and you're getting stopped out now, well, you have no excuse because you had 9 minutes to figure out to handle your business here, right? So if you didn't handle your business, there you go, right? Look, bid, 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 bid. The bid is moving up. The bid is moving up. It's following the offer. Told you once they get over the overnight high, if they can stick that 74.75, we're going to be looking for 88.5 and then the previous day high. The previous day high being the Thursday high, because Thursday was the last full trading day before the long weekend. Okay, cool. Now you know how to use candles intelligently, right? You don't have to worry about memorizing patterns. Just look at what the candle's telling you. The candle's telling you, hey, buddy, they're raising price. Hey, buddy, they're lowering price. Right? There's been a seller at 73.5 for 10 minutes now. Oh, we're selling at 74. I guess there's buyers because we're raising price. Right? Simple, simple, simple. There's no need to overcomplicate this stuff. You can save that for your execution. Put your effort into your execution. You're going to need it. We all are. Yeah. Any questions? As the bids go up through each candle, the bid follows the offer, right? So, like Jonathan, a quote is composed of a bid and an ask. This is the price that people are willing to sell it at. If that starts moving up, this will start following it. Yeah, so if you were shorting and you're getting stopped out, or you got stopped out, or you covered your short, you would go long 74, stop 73, and you'd be selling 78 if you were trading that as a breakout. Why would you trade it as a breakout? Because the inventory is underneath you. Once the inventory is underneath you, the breakout has far better likelihood of success, because you're going to take this cheap crap and we're going to go sell it up here. That's why you're breaking out. But you always got to remember, when you're trading a breakout, sell your long position into the breakout. Buy it and sell it, right? You could right now, sir. Yeah, it is Monday, so you could redraw the balance zones. There you go. You guys are getting it. Nice. Good stuff. See, a lot of breakout trades fail because the inventory is on top of them. So there's supply up there, and you're running into a bunch of supply, right? If you look at here, I'll show you on the half-hour candle wax chart. Check this out. You guys see this is the inventory, right? That's taken and sold here. That brought in buying. Now, once you took that stop, anyone who's long under here is going to be selling up here. But the thing is, the people who shorted here and added here, when they go to cover, they're going to push price all the way up. We'll be looking for that 75.88 and change. That'll be your short-term target if you stay over 75.77.5, right? And you know there's going to be sellers up here for sure. There's that previous day high. So you can see that position being sold higher. It's just, whatever kind of chart you're using, the chart is just telling you, right? It's just telling you the business that's taking place. This 1 minute candle is showing you what's going on here, right? So this is like a map of the city, and we're in this neighborhood here. So what's going on in that neighborhood? Right here, you can see it, right? Really simple. The position is underneath us, right? We're just taking this and we're going to sell it up here because that's how commerce works, my friends. It's just commerce, as they say in Salt Lake City. Okay, folks, that's it for me. Have a wonderful trading day. Please come and join us if you have not already at tradingsyndicate.org. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to, if you're having trouble with your trading, reach out. We're around. I'm around. Thank you, everyone. Have a great morning. Now you're going to have what we call single prints. Single prints are this little green box. That's where the shorts are trapped. Now it's going to backfill some of this box. Let's see how much of it backfills. There we go. Right? The shorts are bid. The ones who are short underneath the overnight high, they're providing the bid here. That's how we can use, this is a market profile thing, right? That's a market profile thing. It's not that great to use on a half-hour candle, but you can still see it. Like you see, if you look at here, check this out. The top of that box and the bottom of that candle, that's where the single prints are. That's where the short position is. See? So you can't actually see it on a half-hour candle. It's just not as obvious. But I think if you trained your eyes to see it, you'd be able to see it. Thanks, everyone. Have a great morning. Oh, I could have used another day off. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for being with me. Bye for now.